All right. Well, good evening, folks. We're going to talk for about an hour here, maybe, about the early days of single sideband. And a lot of us are on vacuum tube radios from the 1950s and 60s. And also, I'm going to say something about the art of homebrewing amateur radio equipment these days. You know, back in the early 50s when these radios were new, a lot of people built their own radios, and they built all their own antennas except for very rare occasions. And that is not so much true with the modern era here we are in, but still, there's a lot of elbow room for home brewing, and antennas are one of those elbow room areas that we have. And there's a lot of creativity out there, especially in the era of restrictions about what kind of antennas you can put up around your home. Luckily, we don't have a homeowners association, but a lot of people do. So that is certainly a vintage art that needs to be talked about more often. And if you have done some of that kind of work, tell folks about it, because there may be somebody out there that's trying to figure out how to get up an antenna. It can be done. All right, I'm going to talk to 5 or 6 people. We'll pass it around to different net controls, and we'll get everybody picked up. If you're early, didn't get on our list, be patient. We'll get to you. How about Mike, WA5MOE? Mike, you still there somewhere? K5LYN.
Yeah, K5LYN, WA5MOE. We're over here in College Station, home of the Fighting Texas Aggies, and tonight we're running the Collins S line, a KWM2A, and a 30L1 into an inverted V out there, a 2BT inverted V, a trap two-band dipole, which has been working beautifully for 30 years. I don't know what keeps that thing up there, but anyway. So, yeah, everybody sounds good in here. I wish I knew what that popping sound was. That's some synchronous popping. I don't know. I used to be the Russian woodpecker, but can't blame it on that anymore. But anyway, everybody's sounding good here so far, and just say hi to everybody this evening.
Okay. Beautiful signal. Did you say you got an amplifier on there?
Yeah, I've got the 30L1 on it.
All right, well, I have the Collins S line that I put on the air 25 years ago. I still use on 20 meters today. I pulled it down here a couple of times, but most of the time it stays on 20 meters. But that's a radio you can count on for a long time.
This one right here, I've had it, I don't know, probably 10, 15 years, and I've had a slew of these 30L1s. You can't kill them. I mean, and you don't really need any more power than that most of the time if you got a decent antenna.
Yep. I've got 2 of them. One stays here on 75 meters, one stays on 20. What else for the net, Mike?
Well, that's probably about it. I've been off the net here for quite a while. I've just got a lot of stuff going on. I'm getting ready to retire here, probably the end of the year, and unless our wonderful administration up there that spends all our money and ruins our economy, forces me into slave labor and I have to work some more, but I don't think that's going to happen. I hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. I don't want to get into that. But anyway, everybody's sounding good here. I like hearing this old stuff.
Okay, Mike, great to hear you. Anything else for the net this evening?
That's it. Y'all have a great one.
All right, welcome back. We missed you. Okay, TXW, talk to us, George. Then after that, I'm going to describe our station here.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net from WV5TXW for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. I'm on the usual Collins S line stuff, 32S175S3, the 30L1, out to the Heathkit 2060 antenna tuner, to the 450 ohm twin lead, to the dipole. And as you know, Lynn, I've made a million wire antennas, never, ever, ever. You know, where do you buy a dipole? Well, you go to Lowe's and you buy a real wire. I have loaded up metal slinkies. I had a long wire dipole on a 5-floor walk up in Cincinnati, Ohio, fed with 300 ohm twin lead. What else? I mean, you name it, it's doable. It's easy. So anyway, got all the radios working, looks like all the relays are working, and that's it. Over.
Sounds like $1 million, George. Yeah, I once made a 20-meter dipole by putting some wire in PVC and sticking it up on the side of the house. It can be done. Back to you for one more.
Oh, yeah. One time, Hank, WB5TUJ, and I loaded up an iron skillet. And on 75 meters on a backyard out on a picnic table. And we talked to some guys in Houston. We told them what the antenna was, and they promptly called us a pack of liars. So that's what you get for experimenting. WB5TXW back to net.
Okay. Now, before I pick up the next guy, let me say something about this station. I haven't had it on in a while because I was concentrating on stuff on the other end of the room here. But this is a Central Electronics 20A from 1954. It was the second of the, actually the third of the Central Electronics products, but it was the first one that had a band switch instead of plug-in coils. And it was a phasing type exciter. And the VFO for it, the reason I'm bringing this up is I've talked a lot about the BC458, which was the radio in the B-17 that fought the war in Western Europe. Well, that was also the VFO for this 20A in its day. So I figured out a way to use the receiver VFO in an SX115 to replace that BC458, and I'm able to transceive with it, and it makes it a lot handier to use in modern times here. So that's the station here, and we're going to talk to another one here right now. KC5L, Tom, tell us about your Central Electronics station. K5LYN.
Hey, good evening, Lynn, and everyone on the net. Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And yes, tonight we're talking on the Central Electronics 200B with the D104 microphone, and it's driving the matching 600L amplifier, doing about 300 watts into a Johnson KW Matchbox. The antenna is a homebrew doublet, homebrew open wire line, up about 15 feet, and we're listening on the R390A. And Lynn, you were talking about the Central Electronics broadband technology really not taking off, and I think one of the other reasons it didn't take off was because of the price. The 200V transmitter retailed for $800 in 1960, and in 2024 that would be $8,500, and that's just for the transmitter. So I think that may have been an issue as well. Your 20A is sounding great, as usual. So that's all I have. Back to you, Lynn, KC5L.
Okay, Tom. Well, I'm glad we're keeping the Central Electronics tradition alive. Yours sounds great, and we'll keep it up. Great to hear you. And, yeah, I understand the price thing. And think about you could buy probably 2 or 3 Swans for that kind of money in those days, you know. But people wanted to do what they wanted to do. All right, moving on down the road. Let me pick up 2 more people, then I'll give it to Doug, and we'll pass this around to some other net controls here. Hey, W1BG, talk to us, Bill, K5LYN.
Hello there, Lynn, K5LYN, W1BG, and Katie. Name is Bill, and we're on a Kenwood 890 sugar tonight, as usual. With homebrew power supply, the microphone is a Electrovoice 320, Electrovoice RE320. And we are running some power. We're running an ACOM 2100. That's a single 4CX 1000. We're running about 800 watts with it. The antenna is what we're most proud of, though. That is a completely homebrew 4-band parallel dipole at 6 foot 8 inches above ground, tacked up on the side of a 7-foot privacy fence inside of an HOA, hiding from the HOA Nazis. We've got a 1 to 2 Ballon on it. That's a Ballon. It's a commercial Ballon, and Ballon Designs 1213 Tango that they actually make, I think, for one of the stepper antennas. I don't know which one, but anyway, it's a 1 to 2 Ballon. It's a combo Ballon and wound on a common core. It really works great for matching a low impedance antenna. You know, when you put your antenna on just real close to the ground, your impedance is real low on them. And this antenna measured right at 25 ohms. I thought, well, that's great because I've got 50 ohm coax. That's a 1 to 2 ratio, and the 1213T matches it perfectly. So anyway, on top of that, we've got an MFJ 998 RT remote antenna tuner right at the feed point also, which probably helps us keep us on some of the bands. Anyway, it's a 4-band 4-band antenna, 20, 40, 15, and 80, 40, 20, and 15, or 17 meters. I'm sorry. We'll get it right here in a minute. Anyway, the 40-meter wire is down right now. I've got to get out and get working on that. But that's the rundown here in K5LYN W1BG.
Yeah, you've demonstrated how nicely that can be done, Bill. One quick question now. With that remote antenna tuner, does it have its own way of determining the SWR, or do you determine that in the shack, or how does all of that work?
It's fully automatic. And the power, the control power, does not require any extra wiring. The control power is superimposed on the coax. That's got what they call a bias T that's inside the shack that superimposes the 12-volt control power onto the coax.
Very nicely done, and that just demonstrates that the homebrew skills are still with us, and they can be properly utilized to make one of the best-sounding signals on the band. Anything else for the net tonight, Bill?
I don't have anything else. We're going to polish up our teeth in the morning and go see the endodontist for a root canal. You guys have a great net, W1BG.
Oh, I'm not going to stand in there for you, Bill. Go for it. Good luck. I hate those things. All right, Bill, you have demonstrated that it can be done for anybody else out there listening. All right, let me pick up my friend N5NEN, Paul. Then, Doug, I'll give it to you. Talk to us, Paul, K5LYN.
Okay, Lynn, this is Paul. N5NEN, near Bee Cave, just outside of Austin. And I'm on the Swan 350, and I've got a Shure 444 mic. Actually, it's rebranded by World Radio Laboratories. And the antenna, not barefoot, and the antenna is a wire, vertical wire, ground mounted, that angles up about 15 feet and then goes across until the end of it. And that's all I got right now. That's tacked on to the bottom of my trap vertical for the rest of the band. Anyway, that's pretty well tuned for this radio for some reason. So, and I guess I'm getting some signal out because I watched this meter on my power meter that I've got hooked to the antenna, wrapping up there about as high as it ever gets on this thing. This radio has been a lot of fun. I did not do ham radio until I was 60 years old. And I'm 79 now, so I'm still a baby ham. So I got this Swan 350 last spring, was it? Might have been, or October, I don't know. Anyway, we're into October again. I guess it was spring it was, so April. And that's been my story with this thing. I've had wonders with it. Talked to stations in New Zealand and this week in Ecuador, barefoot on this silly antenna of mine. So K5LYN from N5NEN.
Okay, glad you're here with us this evening, Paul. And for those that would be curious about it, Paul and I grew up in the same town, went to the same high school, knew a lot of the same people, and didn't know each other. But we fixed that with amateur radio. Good to hear you, Paul. All right, hey, Doug, you want to take this thing? I've got XP Kenneth MTT Mike, who might or might not check in. He said he was on his solid state radio. I got GNZ, I think is that Ray or Roy? WOZ Dan, and MIX Mike, I think he's tied up. So go ahead, Doug.
Okay, give me Mike's call real quick. I didn't copy it.
MIX?
No, the
MTT.
Mike before that.
MTT, Mike.
Yeah, that's right, MTT. Okay, got it. All right. Good evening, everybody. My name is Doug. Whiskey Bravo 1 Echo is the call. Located here in Bryan, Texas, close to Aggie Land, most considerate part of Aggie Land, and want them to know that with the new coach, we have a lot of expectation for the new football. team this year. So I watched it, and I'm still going to always enjoy watching. It was the loudest game ever audio recorded, so everybody was yelling pretty loud, and there was plenty of plays that they couldn't hear the quarterback making the call. So the 12th man definitely made a showing. All right, so Kenneth, I'm going to call you, and then I'll talk about my station, AG5XP. Kenneth, come on in. Welcome to the Boat Anchors Net.
Yeah, thank you, Doug and Lynn, for putting the Boat Anchor Net on, and really enjoyed getting this old radios going. This Kenneth up here in Brownwood had about 6.1 inches of rain, so we're pretty wet. And tonight I'm on the old Heathkit SB10 sideband adapter. Got it hooked up to a Johnson Viking 1, and it gives me about 40 watts out. I'm driving a Gonset USB 201 amplifier. Got it going out to a Heathkit 2040 tuner, to a homebrew G5 RV antenna, wheel flat top, 12 so feet off the ground, and got a D104 mic making this all work, and homebrew power supply from the SB10, and a homebrew power supply to operate the BC348 receiver that I'm using. Still got the dyno in it and all that good stuff, so I made a custom-made transformer for that thing, and working pretty good. Back to you, Doug. AG5XP.
Oh, I'll tell you, Kenneth, you're S9, and I got an S7 noise level here, and no problem at all picking you up. Got a little bit of QR Nancy from some lightning strikes, but nice sound. And man, you got a radio. You got a real radio station there, man. That's what you got to have. Everything you got. Actually, that's stripped down pretty much, but that's what it takes, for sure. So, all right, Kenneth. Anything else for the net tonight? And by the way, that D104 is sounding really nice. Over.
I appreciate the compliments there, but yeah, I got about a zillion knobs to twiddle and fiddle on, so it's pretty interesting to change bands. Over.
Yeah, exactly. You'll have to tell us how easy it is one of these nights when we got a little bit more time. So yeah, it's always good to catch you up early before the net during the early check-in time, Kenneth. So 7-3, and thanks for checking in. Look forward to checking back with you next time, hopefully next week. So very good. All right, well, folks, this is Doug again, WB1E. I'm located in Bryan. I have a kind of a cattywampus antenna. It's tuned to this frequency, and it's down about 1.15 or something like that. It's up about 90 feet. I use a cutting board spreader bar. It's Corian, fiberglass-filled nylon, and it's been up there for a long time. And it's just got some 14-gauge DX Engineering. I bought a 1,000-foot roll for $100, and I just threw some of that stuff up there, and it's about 120 degrees between them. As you bring the elements closer on a typical dipole, the impedance starts going down. So I don't have any balun. I used to, but I just took it off because I didn't need it. And it's just RG213 coax all the way up to the top. And coming back in, I'm going backwards. I have a Bird what's called a Model 4391. It gives lottery numbers, red LEDs, and has a forward and reverse element, and has all kinds of, like a phone pad on there, and you got all kinds of functions. You can have that meter tell you all kinds of cool stuff. So actually I got two of them, one coming out of the exciter here, the Swan 500, and then in between that is a Swan Mark 1. It's retro modded, running a pair of 400s in grounded grid, easily doing with about 90 watts drive, which is as low as I can get this exciter, the Swan 500, to drive it. So I just control it with the mic gain, legal limit. So, and I got only let's see here, about 150 milliamps output at 900 volts coming out of the Swan. So to excite it. So. In any event, the microphone is a Electro Voice 638, so there you go. And some people say it's 3 kC wide. So how you do that, I guess, is
there's some tricks you can do by pushing either side of the envelope. You spread the audio as far out as you can, and you push the carrier in the other direction, or I should say the balance, the phase modulator in the other direction. So that way you can get it almost 3 kc. So that's the trick, what I'm pulling here. So, all right, next on the list here is that I have is, let's see now, KC5L, we got Tom. Let's see, Ray, KE5GNZ, I believe. Ray, go ahead and take it. Welcome to the Boat Anchors Net. Ray, are you out there? We'll give you a call later if you're not. KE5 Golf November Zulu. Okay, we'll put him on the back burner for now, and next one on the list is Dan, K8WOZ.
Hey, good evening, Doug, and all the other boat anchors on here tonight. Man, I haven't heard a bad station yet, but you and Lynn in particular have really tremendous audio and big signals tonight. Sounds beautiful. This is Dan, K8WOZ, middle of the sanctuary city of Houston. And I'm running, what is it? It's a Kenwood TS-830 with the MC50 mic. I'm driving a homebrew pair of 813s, about 700 to 800 watts, somewhere in that range. I have an inverted V up there, about 42 feet. It's in the shape of an L because I have it in a corner. So one leg goes down the side of the fence, and the other one goes across to a tree. When we had that little Hurricane Barrel, whatever its name was, it whipped that sycamore tree around so hard where I had my one leg of my inverted V that it made the wire split a little bit on the limb to the point of where now the insulator on that end is hooked on a limb, and I'll never get it free from that limb. But anyway, the wire is touching the limb, which doesn't seem to be hurting anything so far. And I've got a tidbit of information. Some of you probably already know about this. For people that mess with boat anchor crap, a guy sent me unsolicited a can of WD-40 contact cleaner. I know everybody thinks, oh boy, don't ever use that, but this stuff works fantastic. And it's a bigger can, and it's less than half the price of Deoxit, and it smells better. It's nice stuff. It's called WD-40. It's a silver can. It says WD-40 Specialist Contact Cleaner, quick drying, and it's got a bunch of other stuff on it. But I've tried this on several band switches and potentiometers, and this stuff works fantastic. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's it from here tonight, Doug. Thanks. And by the way, we missed you today. Where the hell were you? KWOZ.
That's an ongoing question. I had to take apart the shifter in the 150 because they screwed it up when they replaced the evaporator coil. I guess the passenger seat, the shifter column, the steering column, the center console, the dashboard, all that stuff's got to come out. So it's like a day and a half project just to take it out, and another day and a half to put it back in. Not to mention the evaporator core replacement. But yeah, I need to get my morning projects are taking my time, believe me. And now that it's cooling off a little bit, maybe I won't have to worry about getting out there before the sun gets up. But well, you're up the band just a hair. But it's good to hear you, and that MC50 connected to that Kenwood 830 with that homebrew 813 amplifier sounding good as ever. My sycamore tree must be 30 foot high. That thing is growing like a weed, and one of these days it's going to be all by itself, and I'll be long gone, and somebody's going to say, look at that beautiful sycamore tree. So anyway, yeah, you give me inspiration with yours. All right, Dan, anything else for the net tonight? Over.
Nope, that's it, I think. It was a good time over there at Sammy's today, though, so a lot of more good junk that I don't need.
Hey, should have come by here. Would have set you up with a BC, a couple of broadcast transmitters for sure. All right, well, thanks for checking in. And moving down the list here, I have W5MIX. I don't know if he wants the chicken or not, but good evening, sir, if you're still listening, if you have your microphone handy, and if it is so capable of transmitting while you're recording, go ahead and check on in here. W5MIX, this is WB1E and the Boat Anchors Net.
All right, there. Sounds very beautiful. Yeah, everybody's beautiful. Everything's just beautiful. And band's beautiful. The radios are beautiful. And come time for the next Belton, that'll be great too. So it's always good to rub elbows with everybody. A good old Belton is coming up too, man. I'll tell you. Like I said, I saw the forecast coming up. I saw some 80s for eyes, and that's okay. All right. Well, thanks for checking in. And with that, I will ask if our associate station up north is with us now, WK5R, Mr. Rusty, WB1E. Are you there, sir?
WB1E, WK5R. Yes, I am here, Doug, and good evening to you. I see you drifted back up the band where you should be now. So anyway, a good evening, everybody on the net. This is the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, and my name is Rusty here, and I'm located up here halfway between Dallas and Tyler. And I'm not on the boat anchor either. I still haven't had time to fix my HT-37 helicopters, but anyway, I'm on a Yaesu FTDX-10, and the microphone is a Tascam TM70 made by TIAC, which makes a lot of the recording gear for broadcast studios, for broadcast stations. And that is driving my homebrew GS35B amplifier, and that goes into a homebrew tuner, which is in bypass right now because I don't need it on 80 meters. And that goes up to a homebrew fan dipole, set up very much like Doug has got his set up. Mine's a fan, but instead of what he's got, but no ballot or anything like that, just coax. So anyway, with that, and that's the operating conditions here. So with that, who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Charlie Delta 5, November, Papa Charlie, Whiskey X-Ray 5, Tango, WX5T.
Okay, I got two there out of that mess. The first one I heard is KL7CD. Hello, Mike.
Hello, Rusty. I'm glad you could hear me. Yeah. My name is Mike. I'm in Greers Ferry, Arkansas. My call sign is Kilo Lima 7 Charlie Delta. And it's great to be in here tonight. Thanks for picking me up. The rig tonight is the usual Halcrafters Twins. Receiver is an SX117. Transmitter is an HT44. And I have the matching speaker and power supply for the transmitter, also made by Halcrafters. And my amplifier tonight is a Collins 30L1, running about 600 watts, 550, 600, something like that. And that all goes out via coax, no antenna tuner inline, straight coax to a double bazooka up about 45 feet in the red oak trees here in northern Arkansas. Microphone is a D104. WB1E, you have a fantastic sounding signal. You're 20, your strongest signal on the band here in northern Arkansas. Everybody's strong, but you were stronger than everybody else. I just got my hat's off to you, sir. Anyway, back to you, Rusty. WK5R, KL7, Charlie Delta.
Oh, well, Mike, your helicopter station sounds good as always there. Big signal, too, there, loud. Appreciate you checking in, and we'll catch you later. Okay, WX5T up there in Harrison, Arkansas. Good evening, sir.
Hey there, Rusty. Gosh, you're sounding good down here tonight. This is Whiskey X-Ray 5 Tango. Name is James, Juliet Alpha Mike Echo Sierra, and we are located in Harrison, Arkansas. Gosh, you're sounding good. We're here tonight running an old set of Drake Twins, R4A and T4XB, and running through an MN2000 here, and of course got the matching MS4 speaker, and the microphones are sure 444. So I hope we're making the grade there. The lower antenna is just an inverted V. Rusty up about 35 feet and run about 120 watts here, I guess. Thanks for letting me in. I appreciate what you do. You're sounding great. And I'll say hello to all the old timers on here, and everybody's sounding great. WK5R, WX5C73, Rusty.
All right there. Sounding good, and the Drakes are sounding good there. Don't even sound narrow. They sound good. Appreciate you checking in. We'll catch you later on. All right, let me see if I can pull some more out there. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Kilo Golf November Zulu.
Golf Victor Kilo.
Yep.
November Papa.
Hey, Rusty, call Mike Tango also. I forgot him.
Okay. I'll pick him up first, and then I heard my friend up there in Nebraska. I'll get you in a minute there, Kurt. WA5MTT, you there, Mike?
Yeah, real quick. I'm just monitoring things here tonight. I'm not on the Boat Anchors. I'm on the Flex 5000 and the Alpha 89. So y'all go ahead and carry on. We did have a nice gathering at Sammy's today. So you've got a stack of them. So I'll let you get to it. WA5MTT and Round Rock.
All right, Mike. Looking forward to seeing you later on if you make it to Belton. All right. I went blank there, but hello up there in Nebraska, Kurt. Go ahead.
Okay, Rusty. Thanks for letting me jump in there. WK5R in the net. This is N0GBK Kurt up here in south central Nebraska. And Rusty, tonight I'm on a high gain 3750. There was about 300 of these made in 1976 and 77. And I'm using a realistic desk mic. They were made about in the same period in the 70s. It's got a ceramic element in it. And I'm running that into my Galaxy 2000B amplifier, 10 sweep tubes, getting about 700 watts. And that's right into the off-center fit antenna up about 30 feet. WK5R from N0GBK.
Okay, Kurt. Well, that high gain's rig there, I believe you're the only one we've ever had on the net here, and I see why now, since there was so few of them made. They're scarce as hen's teeth there, but it sounds great. Appreciate you checking in, Kurt. We'll catch you next time. Okay, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Kilo Echo 5, Golf November Zulu. Romeo Texel.
Okay, I got two there. Golf November Zulu, go ahead.
Hello, Rusty, and everybody else on the net. This is Ray down here in Angleton, Texas, and we're running a Kenwood TS 820 SAS. We'll run down to about 10 watts of drive into a homebrew 8877 amp, running right at 500 watts on it right now, out to an inverted B.
Okay. Well, yeah. Oh, you're starving at 8877 then, only running that much. Because it'll do way more than that, I think. Depends on how much plate voltage you got on anyway. 820 sounds great. We'll catch you next time. Okay, I'm going. I didn't write it down, but y'all come in there again. Let's see who else is out there, and I'll see if I can pull some more out.
Yeah, WLF is here.
Whiskey.
Charlie 5, November, Papa, Charlie. K5 Kilo X-ray Delta.
Okay, that the November Papa Charlie, I believe he would go ahead.
Kilo Charlie 5, November, Papa Charlie on this 500 CX1. I think there's something wrong with this microphone. It's just not driving today, not putting out much wattage. Going directly to a WM 2000 watt meter and out to our off-center fed dipole with an MC50 microphone. I need to try a new different microphone, see if we can get a little more output. Anyway, that's it from here, Rusty. This is Hubert, San Angelo, Kilo Charlie 5, November, Papa Charlie.
Okay. The whole rig, it's working for you there. Got a little bit of noises there, but I'm sure it's got a little bit to do with maybe the microphone or something, but it's working fine for you. Appreciate you checking in. We'll catch you next time. Hello, Jim. You in for the count?
That's it.
What? Short and sweet. Appreciate you checking in. We'll catch you later. Okay, let me, y'all come in there again and I'll see if I can get some more out of there. I got a pile up here. Go ahead.
Yeah, WLF.
5 Zulu Echo Whiskey.
K5 Kilo X-ray Delta.
Echo Whiskey, go ahead.
Yeah, WK5R in the net, W5ZEW. Name is Rob here in Grapevine, Texas. A lot of nice signals tonight. I'm talking to y'all on an ICOM IC781. That's the first ICOM with the CRT display in it. Pretty nice old rig. Running a Tokyo high-power solid-state amplifier, about 600 watts through an end-fed half-wave antenna. Over.
Roger, roger. The old picture tube ICOM sounds good there. Sounds really good. Appreciate you checking in from Grapevine over there. We'll catch you later. Okay, there's some more out there. Y'all come on in. Let's see if I can get you out of there.
Hello, it's Charlie Zero. Whiskey, Romeo, Texas.
K5KXD.
Okay, K5KXD, go ahead.
Yeah, by some miracle, I'm also running a high-gain 3750. I never thought I'd be on the air on the night. There's two of them running. They're kind of scarce. Just running barefoot with a D104 unamplified microphone. The signals are sounding good. I'm bouncing around here picking about 150 watts barefoot on the old high gain. Hadn't had this thing running in a while. Thought I'd fired up and knocked the dust off of it. Enjoying the old boat anchors net here. And the signals are good. And like those CE 20s out there, I used to have one of those. Never could get the doggone thing running. But back to net control.
Okay. Oh, where are you located at?
I'm in Wood County in northeast Texas.
I know where that is. All right. Not too far from me then there. Probably within 50, 60 miles of me there. Maybe in Wood County there, because that's only 2 counties east of me. So anyway, yeah, you're right. That's 2 out of 300 and something. How about that? Appreciate you checking in. That thing sounds good. All right. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
WLF.
Oops. Y'all spread them out a little bit and do it again. Y'all stepped on each other. Come again.
Whiskey Lima Fox.
Okay, I'll get Whiskey Lima Fox. Go ahead.
All right. Good hearing you out there, Rusty. Hadn't heard you in a while. And everybody else, too, Lynn. Everybody sounding good. Bunch of good sounding stations out there. This is Jimmy, KC5WLF, over here in Cedar Park, Northwest Austin. And I'm running a TE530 SP Kenwood radio into a Heathkit SP200 and a MC50 microphone running a off-center fed dipole. It's a Wyndham without the vertical radiator that they put on it. Some things don't use them. Too noisy. But anyway, everybody's sounding great and good to hear you there, Rusty. KC5WLF, back to the net.
All right, Jimmy. The old Kenwood sounding good there. We'll catch you next time. Okay, who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now, I'll get some more of you out of there.
K0 SED.
Okay, I'm going to have to get one there, and then I'll get the rest of you. Go ahead, Steve.
Well, good evening, Rusty, to all the boat anchors. K0 SED and Tyler. I'm not on the boat anchor tonight, but the amplifier is the 30L1. Anyway, just wanted to check in, make my presence known. Headed for Mina in the morning. Back to you, Rusty. K0 SED.
Okay, Steve. Well, I won't be. I was thinking about making Mina, but I won't have to because I got to drive a band to football game trip tomorrow night, so I can't go there. And ain't got the money for the gas right now. Catch you later, Steve. Okay, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Hello, Charlie 0, Whiskey Romeo Echo.
Okay, station ending in Echo. Go ahead.
Hello, Charlie 0, Whiskey Romeo Echo. Lakewood, Colorado. A 300 watts and will full-size move. About 225 feet in the air. Over.
All right. Well, your 300 watts is working there from Colorado. Appreciate you checking in there. What kind of rig are you on?
That's the LXS KPA 500, driven by Yaesu SC891. Over.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it don't matter if you're on a modern rig as long as you're interested in what we're doing there. Pretty good trip from Colorado there. Appreciate you checking in. We'll catch you later. All right. Who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
K5WHO.
Who? Go ahead. WHO, go ahead.
Stanley's answering you.
K5WHO, go ahead.
WX5C's neighbors, so. Yeah, WHO, you're up.
Okay. I thought I had this thing keyed up, but I guess I didn't. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I kept wondering why I was hearing people talking. This microphone's a little bit squirrely. Anyway, my name is Stan. I'm in Harrison, Arkansas, WX5C's neighbor. Good to hear him on the night, and good to hear everybody. Everybody's got great signals coming into here. So I'm on a kind of cheating. I'm on a Jupiter, 10-take Jupiter, but I'm driving a great old big Henry console amplifier. So maybe I still halfway qualify. All righty, thank you for letting me in here. Oh, the antenna's just a dipole antenna fed with coax, so that's the story here. All right, thank you much for letting me in. Maybe I can get this microphone repaired. K5WHO, Harrison.
Okay, Stan. Yeah, you probably do qualify if you try to move that console Henry there. It sounds good down here. Catch you later. All right, who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Kilo 5 Delta Hotel Echo.
DHE, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Name's Jim Ziggurat Mary, QTH, Granbury, Texas. And we're talking talk tonight on an 830F. It's B200 afterburner. Antenna tuner is a Heathkit 2040. Antenna's a Buxcom up about 35 feet. And that's the whole story here.
Kenwood sounds good there, Jim, in Granbury there. Here's a second station from Granbury. No, wait a minute. That's not Granbury. That was, what was that other station from? Never mind. Anyway, it's over that way anyway. Sounded good anyway. I'm confusing myself. We'll catch you later. All right. One more time. Who's next for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Was you talking about me, Rusty? KC5WLF.
Nope. That was another Jim, Jimmy.
Okay.
All right, one more time. Who else is out there for the Boat Anchors Unlimited? Come now.
Evening out there, Rusty. Good question.
Hey, go ahead there, Wild Bill.
Yeah, just checking in for the count, man. Y'all doing all right out there?
Yeah, what'd you do with your ripple?
I broke the bottle.
Roger. Well, it's about time.
Well, yeah, but I was kind of used to that being my trademark, you know, and now I'm ripple free.
Hey, you're sober.
Roger. But this amplifier is 20 years old, so I don't know if that qualifies or not.
Oh, yeah. If you had to pick it up and move it, it probably would.
Roger. The thing weighs about 120 pounds, but y'all coming in good over here in Mississippi. Back to the net. N5, good question.
All right, Wild Bill. Appreciate you checking in there. All right. KL7CD. Mike, you want to take a shot at it?
Well, I figure, do you copy me now, Rusty? Go ahead.
Yeah, I copy you just fine, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll try it. Harrison, Arkansas has made a big appearance tonight. I'll give it a try from here. I don't have much faith I'm going to do any good, but okay, you've landed on the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. We meet every Wednesday night at 7:30 Central Time here on 3870, and we're looking for check-ins before we close the net. So anybody wants to check into the Boat Anchors Unlimited net, you don't need to be on a boat anchor, but if you want to check in, call now.
Hey, Mike, K5LYN.
Hey, go ahead, Lynn.
Just want to let you know you're the strongest I've ever heard you. You're talking big talk tonight.
Yeah, well, you're about S9, I would say. The conditions are pretty good, but I've heard you stronger, but totally readable. The conditions are really nice. QSL?
Absolutely. Well, put out one more call, then I'll make a comment.
3870 in a long time.
Yeah, 20 over in Katy.
Well, I'm blushing.
Great signal, W1BG.
What is that thing, Mike?
It's a bunch of old Helicrafters junk from the early 60s.
Roger on the Helicrafters. I bet I pretty much know which one it is.
It's a SX-117 HT-44 twins.
Roger. I thought it was a Hurricane, but yeah, them old Helicrafters, man, them things will smoke. I got a set of, actually I got 3 sets of them. I got some Swan 600s I've been needing to put on the air. And boy, that thing, that's a good sounding audio you got coming out of it.
Well, I appreciate that. The Swans, in my book, what I've heard over the years here on the Boat Anchors net, the Swans, when they're running right, it's hard to beat the sound of a swan.
Oh yeah, these are the Swan twins too, so they, they're pretty stable. And I've got a digital VFO for them, so they pretty much don't drift a whole lot. Anyway, let me shut up and let somebody else get in here. N5, good question.
Okay, N5, good question. Clear with you. KL7 Charlie Delta. Anybody else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net? Come now.
Yeah, W5DK.
Okay, hey, Don, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. I figured I'd check in while you're calling just because it's a long distance. Good to hear you. I don't get to talk to you. And this is Don. I'm in Spring Branch, Blanco, north of San Antonio, near Anhalt Dance Hall. I'm checking on my normal station. It's just a Drake TR4 with the D104 and some accessories Drake stuff, and there's a L4 amp over there ginning away, and I'm just going through a resonant dipole up at about 65, 70 feet. So good to hear everybody. Sounds good tonight. Go ahead, Mike, back to you, W5DK.
Okay, Don, your average was S9. You range from S7 to 5 to 10 over. A little Queen Sugar Baker, they always say, on your signal, but audio sounds really good. Thanks for checking in. Anybody else for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net? Come now.
Okay, Whiskey 5, Alpha Bravo Zulu.
Alpha Bravo Zulu. I heard 2 in there. I'll pick you up first.
Whiskey 5, Alpha Bravo Zulu. Handle is Paul. Located in Texas City, Texas. I'm not on boat anchor this evening, but I have a HT-37 Helicrafters on an SX-1A receiver that the transmitter needs a little work. I'm working on it at the present time, and hopefully get on here with it pretty soon.
Okay, what was your name, sir?
Name is Paul.
Yeah, Paul, thanks for checking in. I know right where Texas City is. I worked in Houston for a long time and lived in New Braunfels for a long time. I'm an old Texas hand, but I'm in North Arkansas now. But your signal is S9 and totally readable. Thanks for checking in. QSL?
QSL. Thank you, sir.
Okay, the other station, come now.
K5TUE.
TUE, go ahead.
Good evening, K5TUE Brian up here in Tulia, Texas, and on the ASU FTDX 3000 and ALS amp, Ameritron ALS 600 amp, and just enjoying the net, just kind of checking in and saying hello. I still have an old Kenwood 820. No, what is this thing? 520, whatever it is. And sure like to see that in some other hands, that could get it going. It's got some issues. Sell it cheap. K5TUE.
K5TUE, okay. Well, buy-sell trades are certainly welcome here on the frequency. If you want to give your information, contact information, and know the exactly what you've got there, we'd be glad to hear it because it's certainly boat anchor related. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a Kenwood TS520. I had to verify that. I haven't looked at it in a while. It's not the S. It's just the TS520. It receives, but I'm not able to get it to transmit, so I believe it would be considered to be, parts. But somebody, I bet, can get it working. So, might have some interest there.
Are you good on QRZ?
Let me give you my email. Somebody wants to get in touch with me. It's K5TUE, that's Kilo 5 Tango Uniform Echo, at fmguy.com. fmguy.com.
Okay, what was your name, sir?
Name is Brian. Brian, up here in Tulia.
Okay, Brian. So we got K5TUE at fmguy.com, I think. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and he's got a TS520. He would like to sell or trade or have some interest in. It receives, it does not transmit, needs a little work. Anybody's interested, his email address, I guess he's not on QRZ, so his email address is K5TUE at fmguy.com. Anybody interested, give him a shout.
Thank you, K5TUE. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. All right, last call from my end, KL7 Charlie Delta on the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Anybody wants to check in, call now.
Joe 15 Golf Alpha Tango.
K5 Golf Alpha Tango, go ahead.
Yes, thanks. Their name here is Ken. Kilowatt Echo Norway. We're located in Naples, Texas. Small town about 40 miles southwest of Texarkana. So we're on our
Where'd you go, Ken?
I think he blew something.
I think so too. He faded away rather quickly.
No, he just shut off all at once.
Yeah, that's rather quickly.
Recheck.
Okay, I think I'm done. I think I'll turn it back to Lynn there. K5LYN, why don't you go ahead and pick it up and take it from here. KL7 Charlie Delta. Great net tonight.
Hey, very well done, Mike. And yeah, it's a busy place. We haven't seen this in several months, and I'm glad that the great times are back. This is K5LYN, Len in Austin on the Central Electronics 28 from 1954, driving 4 6DQ5s and a homebrew grid-driven linear amplifier. And I'm listening on the SX115 by Helicrafters. Heard a lot of Helicrafters this evening. Hey, just want to let folks know that may not know this already. Our net is often recorded and reproduced on YouTube. So if you go to YouTube and click on Boat Anchors Net, search Boat Anchors Net, you'll hear the recording of this net tonight and previous Boat Anchors Net evenings. And we always like to see how close we came to getting these vintage radios on the frequency. So it's an excellent learning experience. What a wonderful group we've had this evening. Let me see if there's anybody else wants to check in that we might have missed, or some newcomers. Who's listening? K5LYN. Listening?
Whiskey Alpha 5, Edward David X-Ray.
Hey, Mr. Byron, talk to us.
Okay, just ran in here into the shack. Sorry I'm late. I'm sure it was a good net as always. I guess now I'll have to listen to the darn recording. What I'm on tonight, a little change of pace here. I've gotten in the Swan mood lately. So I'm on a Swan 350, but it isn't going to drift because it's been on here for 2 or 3 hours this afternoon, so it should be pretty stable. I think I'm putting out about 200 watts PEP, maybe a little more. And of course the D1050 mic, a D104 mic. And we're going into the old inverted V, barefoot, of course. So that's all I know for sure. Boy, we've been getting good rain all week. I had 6 inches before I had to empty the rain gauge, and I've probably had 2 more inches since then. So, sure loving fall weather. It finally got here. So back to you, Lynn. Thank you guys for calling the net, as usual. K5LYN, WA5EDX. Give me a good signal report.
Sounded great, real strong as everybody else. Great weather and great propagation, Byron. This is as good as it gets, I think. Over.
Yeah, Roger it is. And I guess starting next week we'll be doing our Belton countdown.
Absolutely. I'm going to be there on Friday. How about you?
Oh, sure thing. Got to go Friday.
Okay, we'll get something going. Nice to hear you, and nicely done. All right, who else wants to talk vintage radio this evening? K5LYN, listening?
N5, ORY, Dallas.
Okay, N5 in Dallas. Talk to me.
Yeah, Lynn, this is Tom here in Dallas. Normally I'm on a KWM2, but tonight I'm on an ICOM 7300, driving a Heathkit ST220. Probably putting out around a KW or a little more over.
Well, that 7300 is a great radio. I've got one myself. I hate to admit it, but they do work nicely.
Yeah, they do, but actually I'd prefer to have a Kenwood TS890, but if I could ever get the money to get one of them.
Well, okay, Tom, glad you came by. We're going to catch you at Belton?
Negative. Don't drive anymore, and at 81, I'm not doing much on traveling over.
Well, I understand that. Driving gets scarier all the time, and our advancing aid makes it a little bit trickier. I'm going to catch up with you one of these days. I'm just 77 right now, but the day's coming.
All righty, Lynn. Take care. Have a great evening. 73, this is N5 ORY. Be clear.
Lynn, you're about 40 low now.
Okay, Tom, great to hear you. Who else for the net this evening? I'm listening.
Yeah, Lynn, you're about 40 low.
Okay, well, we'll work with it. Let's have somebody talk to us.
Okay.
Recheck,
go ahead.
K5WHO, I do have a listing, but I don't know if it qualifies. It's a TSA 50 and a great old big tuner. What do you think?
Well, we usually encourage vintage listings, but go ahead. It's been a big group this evening. You might score.
Oh, okay. I won't keep it long. It is a Kenwood TSA 50S. I'm asking $400 plus shipping. And then I've got a MFJ tuner. It's a 9982 2500 watt tuner, 2.5 kW tuner. I'd say $450 per inch plus shipping. So no, I'll take $400 also for it. Anyway, thanks a lot. My phone number 870-741-6190. And I'm good on QRZ. Thank you much. K5WHO Harrison.
Okay, very nicely done, and thanks for the observation about the frequency here. When you're chasing a 1954 radio around, it takes a little doing, so, and all the input is appreciated. All right, who else for the net this evening? K5LYN, listening?
KD0UOZ.
Hey, UOZ, talk to me, Perry.
Yeah, good evening, Lynn. I'm just getting home here from work. I've been home here about 5 minutes. First thing I done was turn the radio on and turn on an amplifier. But sadly to say, I'm just on my little ICOM 718. but I am on my SB 201, the little heat kit without 10 meters. Really nice little amplifier without 10 meters. Simplified that tuning circuit and all that quite a bit, seems like. Anyway, it's working here good. I'm going to run it another 2 or 3 weeks, and then I'm going to swap out and put another in line and use it until cold weather, and then we'll hook up the big dog. So anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Lynn, thanks for getting me in here at the last minute. Sure wish I'd been here to listen to everybody, but I can go over. I can look it up and listen to them on the internet.
Okay, well, we're hearing you nicely and look for you on Sundays.
Yeah, Roger. Hopefully I'll be here.
Okay, Perry. Nice to hear you, and we'll do this more often now that we got some propagation here. Okay, I'm in my second shift, so I better let some other people have a chance. Let's go around the table one more time and see if Doug and Rusty and Mike want to talk some more. Doug, you still there? You want to take any more check-ins?
Yeah, sure, Lynn. No problem at all. And I'm sorry, I only had this radio on about an hour before I started taking place here, so... Yeah, it needs about 2.5 hours. Sorry for being off frequency, but when W5MIX records it, we're all on frequency. I don't know how he does it. All right, anybody that wants to check into the Boat Anchors Net, my name is Doug, and the call is Whiskey Bravo 1 Echo, and I'm taking check-ins for the Boat Anchors Net. Come now. All right, WB5OZZ. Hello, sir. How are you?
Great. This is John 15 Texas. Yes, 520. Halfway in town. On doing my race down. Running less than 100 watts at 5 feet. 5-foot dipole. No run.
All right, Don. Well, it's good to hear you, as usual. And you're not really loud. Are you running an amplifier, Don, over?
No. Running about 75 watts. And the antenna is on the ground almost. 5 feet above ground.
Roger. Well, I know you don't have no HOA to mess with, so I hope you get that antenna problem figured out. Yeah, I got an F7 noise level. You're about S8, so 100% copy, just not that loud. Not what I'm used to. So anyway, well, thanks for checking in, Don, and I'll look forward to you checking in again, and I hope the end of the summer has been well for you. All right, any more check-ins to the Boat Anchors Net? Come now. All right, Rusty, I'll hand it over to you, sir, and you can put a ribbon on it. Anyway, thanks, everybody, for checking in. This is WB1E.
Okay, Doug, appreciate it. All right, this is WK5R, and you're listening to the Boat Anchors Unlimited Net. This is going to be the last go-around before we shut the doors. Anybody else wants to check in before we close her down, come now.
Recheck, Rusty, WA5MTT.
Hey, go ahead, Mike. You're live, but go ahead.
Well, the band's shifting. You're light, too. I just have a question for the group here. I'm trying to purchase a handful of 3/16 Collins type microphone jacks, not the plug, but the jacks, and wonder if there's anything anybody uses out there other than Switchcraft.
That's going to be a hard one, Mike. I haven't got any idea.
Switchcraft is the only one that makes that 3/16.
I get the .206 ones. I buy them from Ace over here, and they work fine. They're about $2.
Yeah, who makes those?
I don't know. Ace Electronics has them. It's just just a shoot. I don't know, the same people that make the 1/4-inch ones over there, the cheap ones.
Okay. All right, I'll look them up.
They fit a little better than those 3/16.
Okay, I'll look them up.
Yeah, just Google Ace Electronics and call them up and ask them.
You said those were 206?
Yeah, I just bought a couple of them the other day over there.
Okay, great, thanks. I knew there was somebody here had amongst this wealth of information.
So I've got some of those switchcraft ones if you can't find any there, Mike.
Oh, there's plenty on the web. There's plenty. I was just, looking for a higher quality. Thanks.
Okay. Anything else, Mike?
No. Go ahead and shut her down.
All right. Last call for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. You want to check in? Come now before we shut the door. All right, I think that's it. It's been a great net tonight. Lots of check-ins. Heck, burn it, that thing keeps coming back on. I ain't ready for it yet. Anyway, so this is your K5R. Now closing the Boat Anchors Unlimited net at 8:35 and returning the frequency to normal amateur view. Sorry about the television interference.
You got shutdown music now, Rusty?
Yep.
Not intentionally.
Man, he gets a fancy radio, and then what's next?
That video I was watching starts up again.
You better be careful about that.